Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
Shalom, everyone. Let's get started. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to everyone who's here in the sanctuary with us. Welcome to those of you who are joining us from home on the live stream. And of course, this is a different hour for us, starting at 6 o'clock, followed by dinner. And it's our annual Shabarbecue, actually the first time in 2 years, I suppose, since COVID, where we have this early abbreviated service. And then we head outside where there's a barbecue waiting, and we cook our dinner and schmooze and spend a lovely evening together. You know, this model is actually the model of what Erev Shabbat, Friday night, is in the traditional Jewish world. Well, maybe not the barbecue, but having the early service, and it's abbreviated service, followed by Shabbat dinner is really the way Shabbat is observed in the more traditional world, and it's called Kabbalat Shabbat, welcoming Shabbat, and it's really a rather short service so that people can go home, and it's there where they light the candles and the other Shabbat blessings and spend a quiet, beautiful, peaceful Shabbat evening at home with family and friends around a festive table. So that's kind of the feeling we hope to engender, and it's an opportunity for us to really reconnect many of us who haven't seen each other for a long time. So let's turn to the left and to the right, and behind and in front. Just take a moment to say Shabbat Shalom and welcome everyone here. And let's continue with Hine Matov. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Tov Umanayim Shevet Achim Adam Yachad.
Let's hear you. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. We continue on page 8 now with the lighting of the candles for Shabbat. And your entrance, Tina, is perfect as we invite the Vasquez family to join us on the bima to light the candles for Shabbat in honor of Tina's birthday.
Alberto's birthday,
Oh,
right? It's Alberto's birthday.
My notes were wrong.
I'm sorry.
Alberto.
Just as important. So nice to see the whole family here.
Hi. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. And happy birthday.
Would you like to light the candles? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu lehadlik ner lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom.
You know, when I see their family, I always go right to Fiddler on the Roof. 5 daughters. But in this case, it's Fernanda and Michelle and Jolene and Carlene and Razel. Shabbat,
Shabbat
shalom
shalom.
to the
Mwah.
whole family. Mwah. Thank you so much. And our service continues on page 9, and we invite those who are able to please rise for the call to worship the Baruch Hu. La 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 Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vaed. Le'olam Vaed. La 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 la. 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 Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shema Yisrael Adonai as we continue reading together on the middle of page 10. Love Adonai, your God, with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at home and at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them on the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. Standing at the water's edge, the sea spray on your cheek, close your eyes and feel within the beating of freedom's drum. Listen closely on the breeze. Do you hear the music of the ages? O God, you beat the drum, you are the song, you are the wonder in each of us. With joy and awe, we sing to you this song of freedom. Mi hamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, yonateni lod, osei peleh, osei peleh, mi hamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, yonateni lod, osei peleh, osei peleh.
Page 12 at the bottom, in the middle of page 12.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'ha'amideinu shalkeinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from pride, O Adonai. Amen. 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 Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. 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 That beautiful setting, I think, for that prayer with the vision of the shelter of peace, the Sukkot Shalom, helps to put us in a very contemplative mood and is a good setup, I think, for the Amidah, which we usually chant the first part in Hebrew and trail off into silent meditation. This evening, we're going to just begin with the opening line, Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, and then welcome everyone to turn inward and to really take this time to search your heart and your mind and to spend a few moments in silent reflection and meditation. So we invite you to please stand. And when we're done at the end, if you've finished with your meditation, you can sit at any time you like. Ananana svatai tiftach, ananana ufiagi tehilatecha, ananana Adonai, ananana svatai tiftach, ananana ufiagi tehilatecha. be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my Well, there was once a small kingdom in the middle of nowhere, and it was a very peaceful and a very happy place. So much so that everyone called it paradise, because it truly was a paradise. And the thing that made it so was the kindness and the generosity, the friendliness of the people who truly cared about one another. And whenever somebody needed help, he would go to his friend or to his neighbor, and they would cheerfully respond and then do their best to help. Whenever someone had a problem in their family, they would bring them together, they would talk it out, and in the warmest of ways, they would find a way through their problems to reconcile. There was so much peace and harmony. And of course, it was motivated by the king in this small kingdom called paradise, who was such a mensch. Whenever somebody needed something and they would go to the king, he would listen intently and he would do his best, whatever he could do to solve their problems. And if he couldn't really do anything to solve, he would at least listen with compassion and make them feel heard. So it was in this kingdom called paradise. But nobody lives forever. And one day that king died, and his son, the prince, was elevated to take his place. And this son had a very different personality, a very different demeanor than his father, totally the opposite. And whenever somebody had a problem and needed something, and they would go to the king to see if he would help and support them, he would say, "Sorry, not my problem." Well, once a group of ministers came to the king to tell him about a village where there was a famine in the far corner of the kingdom, and the people were starving. And what did the king say? "Not my problem." A few weeks later, another group of advisors came to the king to tell him about a river that had been poisoned, and all the people who lived along this river were dying of thirst. It was such a horrible thing. And what did the king say? What did the king say? "Not my problem." And so it went. And sadly, people, little by little, forgot about the generosity of this prince's father. And they started to take their cues and behave in the same way. No longer did people care about one another. No longer did they come to the aid and the assistance of a neighbor or a friend, or no longer did they listen compassionately to family members. It was no longer a wonderful, warm place called paradise. Everyone just forgot what it once had been like, except for one person, the fisherman. And he bemoaned the fact that this kingdom had become so callow and so unfriendly. And he thought to himself, "I'm just one person. What could I do to turn it around?" And he was sad. Then one day an idea popped into his head. And he pulled together as much money as he could find, and he went and he bought supplies. He bought paint. He bought tools. He bought everything he would need to fix up his rickety old fishing boat. And his idea was that he was going to turn it into a luxury yacht. And he started to work. And people in the town, in the kingdom, noticed. And some would come and say, "Oh, your boat is looking really nice. You're turning it into some kind of a yacht. Can we have a ride when it's done?" And he said, "Well, of course, when my yacht is ready and seaworthy once again, everyone will be invited." And sure enough, at the end of that year, it was gorgeous. And he put up a big sign that on a certain Sunday, everyone was invited to join him on the maiden voyage. And when that day arrived, everybody came, including the former prince, the new king. And out they went onto the ocean on a beautiful, calm day, and they had such a wonderful time sharing each other's company, going out on the beautiful yacht. And then the fisherman went to his toolbox and pulled out his drill. And right there, in the middle of the deck where everyone could see, he took his drill and started drilling a hole in the hull of the boat. And people noticed, "Oh, what are you doing? You're going to sink the ship." He said, "So? It's not any of your business after all. This is my yacht, my choice." And he kept drilling, and people were all in a panic. They were so worried he was going to sink the boat. Somebody said, "Oh, go find the prince. Maybe he'll be able to stop him." And sure enough, somebody went and found the prince, and the prince came, and he stood there, and he watched the fisherman with his drill, continuing to drill a big hole in the bottom of the yacht. And the prince was in a total panic. "What are you doing? You're going to sink the boat. I don't want to die. I don't want to be eaten by a big fish. Stop, stop." And the man said, "Why should I? It's not my problem." And the prince said, "What do you mean? It's not your problem. It's all of our problems. As you can see, with what you're doing, if you have a problem, I have a problem. If I have a problem, you have a problem. If anyone has a problem, we all have a problem because we're all in the same boat." And the fisherman said, "What did you just say?" And the prince repeated himself. "If I have a problem, you have a problem. If you have a problem, if I have a problem. If anyone has a problem, we all have a problem because we're all in the same boat." And the fisherman said, "I suppose you're right." And he stopped drilling, and he put his drill away. And they had a lovely day at sea, and they all came back. But something about that experience changed that prince. Now he listened when people came to him for help. Now he showed compassion for anyone who had a problem, whether he could help them or not. He listened intently, and little by little, everyone took their cues from this prince who was changed. And when anyone would go to anyone asking for help, they repeated that mantra. "Well, if I have a problem, you have a problem. And if you have a problem, I have a problem. If anybody has a problem, we all have a problem because we are all in the same boat." Now, I think this cute story, this ancient wisdom, is actually a wonderful message for all of us today. We have so many problems in our world. We are so polarized, politically, ethnically, in every which way. We are abusing the environment. But we forget that we all share this one world. We all share this one country. We all share the same communities and the same families and the same homes. We're all in this together. if anyone has a problem, really, we all have a problem because ultimately we're all in the same boat. Can you hear it so?
Continue with the Mishaberach on page 23.
We invite those who are joining us on the live stream, if you'd like to add names to our Mishaberach list, go ahead and type them into the chat so that we can read them from the Bima. This Shabbat, we are thinking in our prayers especially of Casey Campbell Shadman, Diane Dakin, Randy Watkins, Gabby Lopez Smith, Rebecca Williams, Victor Altman, Samantha Porteous, John Kaplan, Barry Klein, Ellen Clore, Carol Hogue, Rachel Frederick, Brooke Hall, Dan Fine, Maria Madrigal, Imelda Tamez, Cremilda Tamez, Wendy Obata, Maggie Ellis, and Mendel Lackman. And we invite those of you here, if you have a name or names that you'd like to add to our Mishaberach, please say them out loud.
Lisa Rampola, Don Cordano, Margot Hanscam, Diane Short.
Let's join together in our Mishaberach prayer. The words are on page 23. And we add to those names mentioned aloud those of us here and those of you at home who are also ailing and need of these same blessings for refuat nefesh and refuat guf, for healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim. Blessed are you, O God, who heals the sick. Amen.
Yelena is on page 25.
Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech HaKol Haaretz, Bayom Hahu, Yeh Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad.
Please be seated. We remember and pay tribute to our loved ones who are no longer with us physically, but whom we hold in our hearts. This week we say, Yizkor Elohim, may God remember Thomas Boggs, father of Lisa Vigne. May his memory be for a blessing. If there is anyone out there on the live stream who has a name of a loved one they'd like to share, someone who has passed in this last year, please go ahead and share their name with us so we can read it and bring it into this holy space.
And also from this week, did you have a loss?
We invite those of us here if anyone has the name. And anyone have a loved one who's died in the last 30 days or the last year?
Feel free.
The following names are the names of those who have a yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death sometime in the week ahead. We remember, and if I say the name of your loved one, won't you please stand? We remember with love Katie Hoffman, Randy Williams, Ryan Marriage, Lucille Strauss, Samuel Bloom, Harry Kurlander, Miguel Castillo, Ray Lindenberg, Hannah Ferdman, Ned Suskin, Ronald Mendlin, Sarah Goldberg, Thelma Rafison, Bart Warschauer, Morris Brockman, Jody Amaruso, Max Sweet, Dorothy Smith, Diane Jin, and Kathy Underwood.
And I'd like to add Joey Robinow, Herm Lewin, Aaliyah Deshay, Brock Blair, Philip Blair, Betty Myers, Laura Lee Southern, Sylvia Schatzman, and Joseph Tannenbaum.
And we hold in our hearts all those who have died of COVID-19, all those who were victims of senseless acts of gun violence, and the memory, of course, of the 6 million, so many who died leaving no one to remember them. We take them all into our hearts along with our own loved ones who have died as we turn to page 26 and rise as we join together in Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, b'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah v'varach le'olam ulomei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlema rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, b'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Bimru.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to the bereaved among us. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. Please be seated.
So thank you to the Vasquez family for the candle lighting, and happy birthday again, Alberto. And also a happy birthday to Donna Baker, Mindy Horowitz, Stu Jacobs, Susan Gold, Ben Foley, Courtney Carter, and our own Jay Karras. You can wish him a happy birthday that he had this week. Thank you, Ari, for making sure we were able to do our live stream at 6 o'clock. And if you want to wish your friends a sweet new year, I know it seems early, but send them a gift of honey this Rosh Hashanah. Information is in our weekly e-blast, and check it out. Order by August 1st to enjoy free shipping. And just a reminder, the temple office is closed until August 3rd, but there's still dance and services, and if you need me or Rabbi, just give us a call or email. Yasher Koach to Temple Israel for a successful jewelry home show fundraiser that we had at our home. We made over $1,000 for Temple Israel, and we had a great time. And thank you, Ruth, our artist, for your donation to Temple and to my family for working the event. Also, a Yasher Koach to Temple Israel and all of our volunteers for a fantastic first rotation of our Family Promise of San Joaquin County in our building. I wanted to share this sweet gift that was left to us on the whiteboard of the classroom that our family stayed at. It was very, very powerful, and done for us. You've helped us through our hard time. Keep being amazing people. Thank you. And it was from the family. And I definitely had, it was hard to read. I was so emotional getting that, and it really felt good. We did a great job hosting for our first time, and our next rotation is going to be starting August 28th. Going through September 11th. We'll be doing 2 weeks in a row. So if you didn't get a chance to help, or you want to help again, start letting us know, and Karma will put out something in the e-blast specifically so that we can try and get volunteers. We'll need twice as much help to host for 2 weeks. So
I just wanted to add that family quietly and humbly left that message for us on the last day that they were here. I came just to make sure that the building was armed, because only a few of us know the code. And I went back to the room where they had been sleeping. They already had left. I went there just to make sure that the air conditioning had been turned off. And after I checked the switch, I turned around to go back out the door, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw that message on the whiteboard, and I stood there and read it, and it brought tears to my eyes. It was just a simple expression of gratitude, but we know that it was very much heartfelt, and we had a wonderful experience with that family and a wonderful feeling that we've helped them on their path. And now...
And let's do a closing... No, we do the Kiddush first. I don't remember. I think we do.
We sing first.
Huh? We sing first? Okay. Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom. Say shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom b'imromav v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael
loved ones as we join together in Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. And we have enough challah for everyone tonight. Sorry for those at home. Steve made a couple of smaller halot, a savory and a sweet,
Oh.
right? And Deborah made this beautiful one with some black sesame. So,
A challah for everyone's
wow.
taste.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom to everyone who's joining us on live stream. Let's together, Chad Shtayim Shalosh.
Shabbat shalom.
Have a wonderful and safe weekend. And Shabbat shalom to everyone here. Join us for Shabarbecue.